same buck with the same group of doe. That's how you know the rut's popping. Got the buck at about 180 yards. I have no idea how you're supposed to kill these deer without a rifle. We'll see you guys tomorrow. I can't take it anymore.
We have made it to Arizona. 15 hours in the car. We're gonna unload the Ranger, get our stuff situated. We'll do a little tour around the house, show you guys where we're staying at. Pretty cool little spot. And it's New Year's Eve. Opening day is tomorrow for our tags. Down here doing mule deer or coos deer hunt. All archery. We're super pumped for it. Got Joe over here. He's getting everything situated, and Ben behind the camera. It's gonna be an awesome video. We're gonna get our stuff situated and we'll just get things rolling.
Joe, introduce yourself.
My name's Joe, and we're here in Arizona.
You gotta
Try to
say
get it done.
your name, your age, your height,
And my height,
and your
my color of my hair, and all that.
Social security number.
Social security number and everything.
Smooth. Oh yeah, baby. This is my first trip taking on it. Literally bought it yesterday. Test drove it in a parking lot. I hope it doesn't fall apart on us. But 2026 Polaris Ranger Crew. North Star, we got AC, all the lights, all the little fun stuff. This is way better than that other piece of work that I've been taking on the trips. As you guys know, it broke down and I left us stranded. Not letting that happen again. Perfect. All right, guys, we're gonna give you a little tour of the Airbnb we're staying at. It is actually an old coffee shop, like restaurant, turned into an Airbnb, so you gotta bear with us. Come check it out. This is like where all the tables were, but they have converted into couches. We got a little twin bed over here, full-size bed. That's where Ben's at, and then we're just throwing recliners in here. Come with me over this way. TV on wheels. Here's where I'm staying at, in the coffee little room over here. I don't really know. What did you say to call this? Oh, let me take you back over here. Here's the little coffee nook that we thought they could have thrown a bed in here for sure, but part of the kitchen, as you can see, it's like, you can tell it's a restaurant. But if you come back through here, you can really see that this place was a restaurant when you get to our sink. The most industrial big sink that we're gonna use when we're cleaning our deer, so this will be really nice. Just your classic public restroom. This is great. This is exactly what we needed. And our shower is 5-star, top of the line. It may tip over. It is it's not big man friendly, I will say that. And if you come back in here, got our fridge. Here's one bed in here. I feel like this is probably an office, or based on the metal walls, this is probably a big refrigerator back here. And then another bed, and then we're back up here at the front. But this is gonna be our home for the next 9 days. We're gonna be getting after it. We chose to stay in an Airbnb rather than a canvas tent, just because this hunt is so hard. We've been here 4 years in a row, have not tagged out. And just trying to take all the other factors out of it to where we can be our best and actually fill our tags this year. So if we can come back, sleep in an actual bed, not a cot, get a shower every night, there's a restaurant in town, we can get a nice home cooked meal, it's going to put us at our best A game to fill our tags. I'm going to send it over to Joe, and he's going to send you off to the night, and we'll see you guys in the morning.
All right, y'all, we made it, and we're pumped, ready to go for a morning. Might shoot my bow a few times with the light here. Been thinking about it. Make sure I'm tuned up. So, yep.
Yeah, I better do the same.
I'm serious.
We're gonna shoot our bows real quick just to make sure we're dialed in. My release is broken. There's typically like a buckle, like a belt loop. It is gone. So we're gonna have to jimmy rig this sucker up and make it happen.
Wristband too tight.
In the Dollar General
There you go.
release. Hey now.
That's what I'm saying.
Let's get it.
Just keep, when you're pulling back, just keep
I gotta hold it
a little bit like that.
Day one here in Arizona. We've been glassing up. We're up here on this really cool spot. This big group of mule deer came over the hill. There was like a group of 6 mule deer and then enough more to make it 17, whatever that equals. And basically told Joe and them there's got to be a buck in there. And sure enough, we found one. He's a good either 2x2 or 3x3. We can't really tell right now. Joe, you're shaking. I would say, are you guys a little chilly? Look at those mountains over there, though. I was telling you, look how just flat it is. It's trippy. Like, okay, let me get my stool and stuff like that, and we'll just hang out. We're gonna move. Just because we're not gonna be able, we're gonna lose him. Okay, let's get up there to the top. All my years of hunting, it never fails for deer to work away from you. Every single time you find them, they're working away. One buck with 17 does. This will be fun. Out here rocking all the new muddy camo. Just partnered with them. They got some new stuff. This is their Veil camo, and it's great for out here in the desert and stuff like that. Got a nice vest on. I'm plenty warm. I'm ready to put it to the test on a stock and stuff like that. But gonna be repping this stuff all season. Nice quality, super cheap. Like it's like very affordable, which I enjoy, and I know that everybody that's watching this enjoys as well. So, all right, he just bedded down, and he's honestly in a really good spot. Sitting on this side of the hill like that, we could come in. We're gonna watch the rest of these does. Hopefully they push out in front of him. Wind's blowing like this, we'll sneak over the top. But he's already bedded down, and it's not even 9:30 yet. Money, dude. Alright, well, he just stood back up. I figured he would. All those doe are pushing on without him, and he's not going to leave them. There's a water tank down there, the windmill. We are going to go race down there and go set up. Alright, you ready? Yep, there he is. Alright, we just passed the deer. We cut him off at least. But let's hop out real quick. Don't move. See him right there? Yeah, they're like, we're good right here. Just they're not going to spook far because they just saw us in the side by side. They see buggies drive up and down this all day long. 200 yards. As soon as they drop down in there, we need to loop around to our left. Is that him? No, it's a buck. Here we go. Burp. 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 All right, we're using the HUNTSTAND app. You can really tell with the elevation and stuff. We know this draw right up here in front of us. Dips down, it's not super deep. So we're gonna try to get up right on here on this hill and see and glass up there and try to find this buck. So what just happened was we'd seen the buck. He was working away from us right up this draw. We dipped down in the draw next to it and ran up here probably 100, 200 yards thinking we're going to cut him off and just wait. He's going to walk right into us. And we get up there and there's a doe to the left of us, like 100 yards, and look. And sure enough, he's standing there looking at us. So I range. 93 yards was the doe was at. And then he was just walking. If he would have stopped, we would have let it fly. But they spooked and went up over the hill. And there's another draw over there, kind of where our buggy's parked. But Joe's watching them right now. And we're gonna kind of hang out before we just haul back up there. We don't want to spook them anymore. Hopefully they bed down and we can make a play that way. But first day within the it's 10:44 within the first couple hours before lunch. We've already got a stalk in. It's gonna be a good hunt. This is gonna be a good trip. But we got to get in shape. We're out of shape. Let's go back to the buggy. Spot about a little over a mile from where we were at this morning. That buck, that one fork buck, ended up spooking like you guys saw and went away. We decided to let him take a break this evening. We're gonna go find some bigger bucks. So we're up on this really high point, can see for literally miles up here. So we're gonna try to get our eyes on some bucks, maybe get a stalk in if they're close enough. If not, it'll be a game plan for tomorrow morning. Exact day is when I saw really big mule deer out here, so the rut should kick in any day now for these big bucks to start coming up chasing these doe. But we're gonna glass this entire bowl and everything like that and see what comes up, but should start heating up here any minute now. All right, we've seen a handful of deer, probably another 25 does, and we found the fork buck that we were on yesterday. He's kind of right, just one little draw over from where we spooked him yesterday with 6 does. We're trying to get eyes back on him again. He dipped down in the draw. We're just watching some coos deer and stuff on this hill, and probably gonna make a move on him here in a little bit. We want to try to bed him down first. Should be good. All right, we got the buck bedded. He's right in this other draw. We actually don't know if he's bedded or not, but we know he went down in that draw and he hasn't popped back out yet. Joe is up to bat this morning. Ben and Joe are gonna run down in there. I'm gonna stay back here and overwatch over the whole thing and hopefully get a cool view from the top perspective. But Joe's up. He's gonna go get it done. I think we're gonna try to go up and around. I see him. We ended up finding the buck. It's out 200 yards, so no way to sneak in on him right now. We're just gonna wait it out, see what happens. We're sitting there watching him, and all of a sudden the does got up and started running up over the hill there, and don't know what spooked him. And Kate's got eyes on him, and we're just gonna let him settle back down, maybe a bit back down. Maybe we'll go try and get after him again this afternoon. I'm just gonna update you guys, that plan didn't work at all. So we ate some lunch and we're gonna get back up here on top of this hill. For the rest of the evening, it's a new spot. Familiar with it, I've been here a few times, but a new spot this trip, and can see a lot of stuff, a lot of these draws and stuff like that. We really like this kind of area. Trying to find a buck bigger than a fork, but we will shoot anything with antlers this trip. We're day 2. We've both been on a few stalks now. We've been humbled, but we're still grateful. Joe?
We have been humbled, that's for sure.
Let's go to the top. Where are we at? Dude, come on. There he is right there. Okay, we finally found a nice buck. I think he's bigger than a fork. He is just walking right toward us. You think he's a 3x3, possibly a 4x4. I've got about an hour and a half of light left. I've got to figure out something to do. He's probably 1,000 yards away, and I have deer in between us. But this gives me a lot of hope because I started getting discouraged thinking there wasn't any big bucks out here. I knew they were here, but you know, when you just don't see stuff for a while, you start doubting a little bit. But they're here. I'm gonna wait till Joe gets over here and we're gonna make a move and make a plan to get this sucker on the ground. Oh dude, he may be a 5x5. Oh, I'm whacking him. Wait, is that another buck? Joe.
What is it?
This is a good buck. It's getting real. Well, he busted. A car drove by, of course, and spooked him. Probably could have kept my shoes on. I thought it was going to be a lot closer.
How's it feeling?
I've got thorns all in my big toe, and I just pulled a bunch out of my finger. This is good though. This is really good. At least we found a big one. We know he's going to be in this area by tomorrow morning. Not going to take off and go away and way and way. These deer hang around the same general area, and from up there we can see everything. We're bound to find him, but smart big deer are always hard to kill, so that'll do it for today. We're gonna get the buggy and head back and go get some dinner, and we'll be back out here tomorrow morning. It's first light, day 3, and I think we found a buck. Our buddies Ryan and Kyle with Unguided Outdoors, they got in yesterday, so we stayed up a little late last night, and we're going to be moving a little slower today, but we're pumped to get on. Hopefully we can find that 5x5 from yesterday.
It looks over towards us. Walk to the left now.
5 minutes has gone by, and it is 100% the 5x5 we saw yesterday.
Spotted a smaller buck, like a fork down here. Probably 350 yards coming down towards the water, so try to make a move on him and see if we can capitalize on the situation. Is he close?
jogging.
Wow.
Oh well. On to the next.
Yep, he's right there. He's the one at the, kind of at the back of it. Like there's a little cluster right there. He's facing his butt's on the left. See him just sitting there, his head's covered up.
He's walking this way. Dude, they have them.
Oh, buddy.
Fire you up.
It just made me want to do like this. How'd that make you feel? We decided that we were going to go get in the buggy. Joe's going to stay up here and watch. We've got an eye on this little group that we know this 5x5's running with. So we're going to go and drive the buggy all the way around and cut them off. They're probably like 2,500 yards away. So, but if we can push them back into this side and not drop in to keep going in the flats, then we can make a better play on them. But if they go out in the flats, it's going to be nearly impossible to kill them. But over here this way, it's really easy to make a move and have a guy up above watching. What's up?
Throw me your dude wipes.
Joe needs some dude wipes. This guy. Game changer out here. All right, that's gonna be great. Just got in position down here. Joe guided us in, and we're probably, he said, about 100, 150 yards from all those bedded deer. A couple of them just got on their feet, so we're just gonna hang out here by the buggy until we get more of a intel on what's going on. Probably 120, 130 yards away. We're just waiting on him to come back out of the brush where Joe can see him. Got the buck at about 180 yards. With every single doe right next to him. We can't move right now. Got a little audio recording we're going to try to play. Fawn distress call. Never done this before. Let's see what it does. Looking like an angle away. Well, that was a fiasco, and it just kind of fell apart there at the end. The buck didn't come out with those doe. We had our call or whatever. He got up and came that way, but we not to us to be able to see him. And then I think he spooked or something. When we were going around, he ended up seeing us there. We were about to get in that draw and dive in there. He saw us, and then Joe said he was like 2,000 yards. Just literally just ran away. So circle back tomorrow. Probably come out here in the same area, see if we could find him. There's plenty of bucks over here. We saw a bunch this morning, so not too worried about it. Got 4 or 5 days left. But yeah, these bucks don't want to get killed. It's hard and exhausting, and takes a beating on your mental a little bit. But
the does are keeping him alive.
Yeah, and he's got 1 million does. If he had no does with him, he'd be dead. But it is what it is. We'll come back tomorrow and get after it. Joe's fixing to go put a stalk on this deer. All right, Joe's back. He went on a little stalk. Failed. It's all right.
Miserably.
Alright, we're about to go put on a stalk. We're gonna get down there and get in front of him, and we're not gonna move until he walks in front of us and he dies. I'm tired of playing games with these bugs. 4 years in a row it's happening tonight. Alright, well, we never ended up seeing that bug. These deer are always funky. You zig, they zag. You go left, they go right. You go to camp them out, and they camp you out. Good, we're finding deer. We're going on stalks. Could be a lot worse. We could see a whole lot of nothing. We're gonna keep grinding. Wind switch back. We got probably 150 from him. I have no idea how you're supposed to kill these deer without a rifle, like, or a tracker on them. Like, it's ridiculous. But he spooked like 1,000 yards. All right, day 5, kind of uneventful. One really good stalk, and then basically just hung out on the hill the rest of the evening. We're gonna go eat some steaks tonight, and we'll be back out here bright and early. Found another buck. Same one from yesterday. Same buck with the same group of doe. That's how you know the rut's popping. We got in there, found some bedded does. I 100% know this buck is on this hill, and I do not want to bump him today. I want to be able to hunt him this evening, but we know 100% he's in there because he hasn't left. We get on the buck. Go to put a stalk on this morning early. Hunters bump him. We get on him, I find him again. We get in there, he bumps. He comes back, we find him again, and another hunter bumps him. So there's so many outside factors that you can't control, which is so dumb, but one of the times it'll work out. If it doesn't, then it wasn't supposed to happen, but if it does, this will make a pretty good video. We'll see you guys tomorrow. I can't take it anymore. We've got our little blind built. He's probably not even gonna walk this way, but at least I feel comfortable if he does. Just they're about 200 yards out. I am now the cameraman. This is gonna be, it's gonna rain the rest of the day, so we think he's gonna stay bedded down. I'm gonna have to army crawl in, and that's the only way we're gonna be able to kill this buck. Waiting for the wind to switch, I'm gonna loop in. Ben's gonna go up top with Joe, film through the binoculars. Good luck, brother. We'll see if we can make it happen.
Give him the rundown.
All right. Today was the hardest day of the entire trip. Camera guy was with me, Ben, until about 9 o'clock, and then sent him up because I was going to make a stalk in on this buck. I was probably 200 yards vetted from me, and it just been easier to go alone. Bucks ended up busting, looping around. I looped around, and they basically went right where I was at, so I shouldn't have moved. And then I went on a basically 6-hour stalk of just following their footprints, got on some buck tracks, completely looped all the way around, and it turns out I was on spike tracks, like a spike, just one antler. So me and Joe come up with this extravagant plan, and Ben's gonna stay on the hill and watch. Joe's gonna loop around, push the deer to us. The deer didn't quite follow suit, and they kind of looped around in the front of the hill, but Joe went, cut them off, pushed them to me. The buck flashed in front of me at 40 yards, and he stopped at 60, ranged him. As soon as I ranged him, dropped my rangefinder, draw back. As I'm drawing back, he's like quartered away from me like this, and he like reaches back to like itches his butt and looks directly at me as I'm drawing back and runs away. And that was basically at like 5 o'clock with 30 minutes of light left. So we just wrapped up the day. Tomorrow is the final day. If it doesn't happen then, it doesn't happen.
It's day 8. We kind of just, we're going hard. It's the last day, so we didn't get anything recorded. We found the buck again, right in the same spot, but he did something different. Went up around the hill to the left, which he's never done. Joe tried to go around and spook him. He went around the hill. Anyways, he's bedded over here somewhere, right underneath this giant rainbow. So the pot of gold is this bug. We're about to go get it. Joe looks like a little leprechaun. Look at him.
Leprechaun right here. Look at that.
But no, that's just God's promise that he'll never flood the earth again, in case you were wondering. Joe was within 60, he just had some brush in the way. Every day we get closer and closer, so that means today it's gonna be 30 yards and he's done. Right, Joe?
Yes. 30 yards.
I would love that. Anyways, we're eating our lunch right now, or a glorified little brunch with a Lunchable. And we're gonna get back out there and chase him. So last day, I have to make this happen. I have no other option. If it doesn't, I'm gonna be a sad guy, but gonna move in, slowly creep in, see what I can get done. All right, I have an update on how that went. Joe pushed a deer right down into me. Got him about 65, 70 yards. I missed. So the good news is that we still know where the buck is at. The bad news is, I think I'm gonna quit hunting. No, you haven't hunted enough if you haven't missed. Morale's still high. We're feeling good. Got about 4 hours light left. So we're gonna do another little deer drive. I'm gonna push this deer to Joe in the wide open. And Joe, the marksman he is gonna whack him. Well guys, this is the end of the trip. I was expecting to get a kill. It's part of it. That's why they call it hunting and not killing. But we will definitely be back out here next year. I appreciate you guys watching. I know this is not how you wanted it to end up, but this is a 5% win rate hunt, so got to keep hammering, keep closing the gap. But I appreciate y'all. Hope you guys subscribe. Love you guys. Love all your support. Y'all have a blessed night.